Hello and welcome back to another part of this series of doing a puzzle. If you'd like to see the full playlist, then please head to the puzzle playlist on my channel and I will put all the ones similar to this one there. So it turns out that enough time has passed that I have also done practicum too, and we have some time here, so let's talk about overall wins and losses at the second practicum, and if we have time at the end I will also be bringing it back to what we can see on the screen as well. So practicum 2, as it is now going to be referred to, as was in my opinion more engaging and less overwhelming for me because I had a vague idea of what to expect. The school size was smaller and was also a religious school, which was interesting. This time I also got placed in a composite class of year 5 and 6 and had 29 students in my class. However, one thing that was vastly different was that they were in the midst of doing a production of A Hint of Snow White. Now for those of you out there that want to get the lyrics for that, they are not available on Spotify or YouTube at the time of when I'm voicing this, so you're gonna have to pay to listen to the lyrics, but overall it's actually a pretty good musical. So that took up majority of the time. Now practicum was 4 weeks, but that production took up 3 weeks, so we didn't really have much time for teaching per se, but it did make me more meaningful connections, I'd say, with the kids, probably because they're older and also because we're forced to spend so much time in a cramped space. I also learned a lot of handball as well, which I think was a bonus. In addition, I had the opportunity to plan and implement some math and reading lessons. Math was with whole class, but we buddied up with this class next door and all the year 6s came over to my class, so I taught them changing percentages to decimals and fractions, but they already knew how to do that and how to get something to a percent from a fraction or decimal. Then we moved into geometry and taught them angle names and tried to teach them how to use a protractor, which was a very new thing for most of them. But by the end of it, I can confidently say that I am no longer scared of eye contact as I once was, and that I can gain and sustain the attention of around 30 kids for 45 minutes without too much fuss. So including all the year 6s from my class and the other class, we could have up to 32 students. So that was interesting for math. Okay, and then now talking about reading. So in reading, the AT got me to choose a book or novel, and then based on what she did, I just emulated it with the group. My AT feedback for me was that now I need to work on questioning without giving them the answer, and questioning to try to get more in-depth thinking rather than just a yes or no question. Another big positive was my AT was really helpful as well. Same as the first practicum, and yeah, it was just really nice to be supported all the way through everything I tried to do. I was also in charge of doing the roll, so that's twice a day, and it made it into a little bit of a game as to where it would start in the list, and so then who it would be to take it down to the office. Reading the book was a whole class thing as well. It normally happened 5 minutes before they got released to go home. So if you know, you know. The ones that aren't into it are as close to the door as you can get. My AT feedback for me was to slow it down because I tend to speak really fast, as one can tell here as well. The book that they were reading was kind of boring, not gonna lie, but I did try starting each session with a question, so what happened last time sort of vibe, and asking questions throughout if I could think of one on the spot, which I'm not too good at the moment. My practicum coincided with the end of term and school holidays, so right after practicum I got straight into the school holiday program, which took my mind off the kids, but I still think about them from time to time, and they give off a more lasting impression than in practicum 1. They also got me a thank you card and some books. At the same time, I said I'll say some lows, but I can't really think of any lows. It was an awesome experience in my opinion. Something funny though was I got 2 apology letters, and I got sent out of the classroom once because according to the AT, the kids weren't being super respectful to me, so there's that. But other than that, it was pretty interesting, and here we are finishing the last green bit. Well, the siblings finished the green bit and I'm struggling with the blue. Alrighty, if you'd like to see more of these types of things, please subscribe and stay posted. Your support means so much. Thank you and bye-bye.